So today on the Dogs, we're going to be making a video specifically on how to lift the motor up when you're doing like oil pan gasket replacement or anything else that needs a little bit more clearance under it, because there seems to be a lot of questions about it. Just kind of get into like the nitty gritty details about what to do, how to be careful, what might hurt you, stuff like that. So first thing we're going to do is get started, get the front end up off the ground, and just kind of take it from there. Okay, so we got front end lifted, just enough. So doing an oil change too, just because it's time. So I figure, well, I got a little bit of extra space, and while it's draining here, we're gonna take a look at the motor mount bolts. So you can see down there. I'm gonna get in a little closer if I can there. All right. So it's buried way down in there, but yeah, you can kind of see the tip of my finger down there. I'm gonna see if I can't get a picture of it and put that in later. But you just need to back it off about halfway down that stud. See, that's a pretty decent shot. So right down there, that stud sticking out. Just back the nut about halfway off, so you have a lot of wiggle room. And there's actually a couple of notches in the top of the bracket. You can kind of see where it's missing some material. That's factory, and it's so that you can leave the bolt in place when you pick the mount up a little bit. So, and I mean, you're gonna want to pick it up about 6 inches or so, or as much as hoses and wires allow. Over here on the passenger side, it's definitely just as difficult to get a view on it, but that is, well, now it won't focus. Okay, you can see the head of the bolt down there, where kind of the spotlight of the light shining. Well, you could a minute ago. Right there. So, yeah, I'm not going to be able to get around the other side. If I remember right, I got this side on the bottom, and I got the driver's side from the top. And you just loosen those up, and then you start lifting the motor from the crankshaft. And I'm going to do that here in a minute. So when I start setting up, I'll go ahead and pick back up so you guys get to see it. Okay. Actually ended up being way easier to get a good view of the motor mounts from down here. So you can see the power steering gearbox. Just focus a little bit over here. Right back there is the motor mount bolt. Well, kind of can't really see. Right there. So just loosen that up. And I actually ended up getting this one from the bottom. And the other one is AC compressor. There's the drain plug for the oil pan. Then just look straight up and it's right above you. I already got the nut backed off. And then you can kind of see what I was talking about. See if I can squeeze in here. As far as there was material missing above the bolt. So you have a little channel for it to slide up through. And it's even V-shaped a little bit, so it makes it easier to hit the hole on the way back in with it. So next step is just go ahead and lift the motor. Okay, so I got it all set up. My jack actually doesn't go high enough, so I've got to pick it up a little bit with my ramps. And I was just getting ready to stick the piece of wood in there that you got to put between the jack and the crankshaft pulley. I just thought I'd mention, make sure when you're putting weight on wood, you want to cross the grain. So the crankshaft pulley is going to sit on here like that. If you go with the grain, pretty good chance you're just going to crack the wood. So take it and just go ahead and slide it up in there like so. If I was actually doing the oil pan, I'd probably remove a couple of those bolts right there, just because clearance is going to be tight here from here on out. So, and it just made contact. And just, oh. And just go ahead and just, let's see. Alright, so I don't think we're actually sliding up. So let's see what's going on. Okay, so I just needed some wiggle room on the other side of the bolt, where the head is. So I just got a hammer and lightly persuaded that bolt in that direction, just a couple of threads. And then she came up. So you can see, sorry about the weird angle, you can see it's already picking up out of the mount. So yeah, that should do it. Just when you're all done, make sure to go down with it nice and gentle. Don't slam the jack down, because you just be gentle on the bolts. No point to be mean to them like that. So if have any more questions, just go ahead and ask, and I'll see if I can't help you guys out. Hopefully that covers everything.